Hello, lovely people. I'm Stella from Stella's Yarn Universe. In this Amigurumi tutorial, I show you how to crochet Gilbert the Ghost. You may already know him. This is an older pattern of mine, and I just realized that I never made a video tutorial for him, although he really deserves one, I believe. So this is a great tutorial for beginners. If you already made him, apologies. I just thought I'd fill this time while you wait for the peacock tutorial with a fun little Halloween themed project. And so, like I said, this is great for beginners. So if you're new to crochet or to amigurumi, you can absolutely do this. As long as you know the basic stitches. I have tutorials for those linked below in the description box. And I guide you through this little project very slowly. And if you need to slow it down further, you can do so by clicking on the settings icon that's somewhere down here. And then you can slow the video down as much as needed. You also find the written pattern on my website and on Ribbler. Both links are below in the description box as well. And so if you already crocheted Gilbert, thank you so much for sharing your adorable ghosts with me. I see them all on Instagram and I really enjoy looking at them. So thank you so much for sharing. And if you haven't made them yet, then let's get to it. So for this little project, we need DK or light worsted yarn. I'm using 100% cotton yarn, and this is Rico Creative Amigurumi, and I'm using white to make a classic Gilbert the Ghost, but feel free to be creative with it. And then I'm using a 2.5 millimeter hook, which is something in between a C2 and B1. In most cases, a C2 should be fine. Unless you tend to crochet very loosely, then I'd go for a B1. We'll also need some fiber fill and a tiny amount of black embroidery floss for the little mouth. I'll also be using safety eyes. These are 5 millimeter safety eyes. And then we need a yarn needle just to finish up. And we need a large-eyed sewing needle. That's just to embroider the little mouth, a stitch marker, and scissors. So we begin by making a magic ring. Just use your preferred magic ring method. And then we start round 1 with 6 single crochet in the magic ring. And then we can place a stitch marker. The last stitch, that makes it easier to crochet in it in the next round. And then we can go ahead and close the magic ring. I don't know how many times I told you, but this is a really helpful trick that I learned from one of you. So now in round 2, we increase in all 6 stitches. Let's do that again. That's 1 and 2. 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. So that's round 2 done. Put my stitch marker in the last stitch, and in round 3 we continue increasing. Here we start with 1 single crochet, and then we increase in the next stitch. And we repeat this 5 more times, 6 times altogether. 1 single crochet, 1 increase. So now our round has 18 stitches, and in round 4 we increase a little more. So this time we start with 2 single crochet, and then we make an increase in the 3rd stitch, and we repeat this 5 more times, 6 times in total. 2 single crochet and 1 increase in every 3rd stitch. So round 4 is done, and we have 24 stitches now. So in the next 4 rounds we will single crochet in all 24 stitches. So you can pause the video here, and once you've done 4 rounds of 1 single crochet in each of the 24 stitches, you can hit play again, and we continue from there. So my 4 rounds of 24 single crochet are done now. Those were rounds 5 to 8, and now in round 9 we continue with 6 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, And now we're going to make the little arms, or start making the little arms. So from here we chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we single crochet 3 in these chains, starting in the second one here. It's 1, 2, and 3. So now we continue crocheting in the round. So here we start in the next stitch of the round, and now we make 12 single crochet in a row. So this is 1, and 12. And now we make the other little arm. So here we chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and make 3 single crochets starting in the second chain here. 1, 2, and 3. So now we have 6 stitches left in the round, and we single crochet 1 in each. And this is round 9 done. In round 10 we start again with 6 single crochet in our regular stitches here. That's 6 single crochet done. And now the next 3 single crochet go here in the other side of the chains that we made. So they go kind of in the opposite. They will be opposite these 3 single crochet. So for the first one, we go in here. I hope you can see that, this spot here. It's one done, so now you can see it's opposite the existing one here. So in this little spot here, that's where the next one goes, right here. And then this last one is the most difficult to see. In here goes the third one. No, let's try that again. That's it. So that's the 3 single crochet done in the other side of these chains. And now we single crochet in these 3 stitches next. And this is the next one here. and the next one. So I'm just going to pull this out. I just want to kind of bend this the right way. So this is how it looks now. And now we single crochet in the next 12 stitches here. So this here is the first one. This one's easy to miss. And this is 12. So now we repeat all of this. So now we crochet again in the other side of these chains that we made here. So opposite of these 3 stitches. So the first one goes in here. That's one single crochet down. The next one goes in here. And that's 2. And then the last one in here. And 3. So now we crochet in these 3 stitches next. So one single crochet in here, one in the next, and one in the next. And yeah, just making sure that this points downward now. So now we have 6 stitches to go. We just single crochet 1 in each of them. This here is the first one. This one's a bit easy to miss. And that's the round complete. Now our round has 36 stitches, and in round 11 we single crochet 1 in each of them. And that's it. So now we can secure our last stitch, because now is a good time to attach the safety eyes and embroider the mouth. So I'm going to place the safety eyes between around 7 and 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in between these two rounds, with about 3 stitches space in between. So I'm just going to make a little space in between stitches for the safety eyes, because the cotton yarn isn't very flexible and these safety eyes are quite big. So this helps me get them in there. Just very carefully so we don't damage any of the fibers. And also what this does is this kind of gives you an idea how the placement of the eyes will look. I'm going to do a bit more than 3 stitches space. That will probably look better. I think that looks good. Let's try it. We can still remove them if it doesn't look good. So let's see. That's cute. So I'm going to stick with that. Now, before I secure the safety eyes, I'm going to embroider the mouth, just so that the backs of the safety eyes don't interfere with my embroidery. And so for this, I'm using this large-eyed sewing needle, because I want a pointy needle that goes through the fibers, because if we make our stitches through the fibers rather than in between stitches, then we have much more control over where our stitches go. If you go here in between stitches, then there's quite a bit of movement. But if you stitch through the fibers, then there's no movement. So this gives us more control. Although this is a very small embroidery, so this is more important actually for more complicated embroideries, but it's a good trick to know. And so I'm just using this small piece, maybe 20 centimeters long, 8 inches, and thread this on the large-eyed sewing needle. So I'm going to place the little mouth on this round here, centered between the eyes, and I'm just going to make a little V shape. So from the inside out, I just find this center point in between the eyes. It's easier to start with, so this way we can make sure that it's centered, so you can try it out by using your needle and holding it in between the eyes. This way we can tell if it's centered or not. I think this is close enough. And this stitch goes through the fibers, as you can see, but it's toward the lower end of the this round here, which should be round 9. So almost in between round 9 and 10. And then I'm leaving a long enough end here to tie the ends together later. And now I'm making one stitch toward this eye here. And this is somewhere, yeah, kind of in between round 8 and 9. But of course I want to make sure to catch the fibers, so not going through in between stitches. So let's try this and see how it looks. That's one side done. So now I'm trying to make an equally long stitch on the other side to complete my V shape here. This one is from the inside out. Let's see. And then the final stitch goes here in the center again. I'm not making it exactly in the same spot so that I can tie the ends together. But I hope that from the top it looks like the same spot. Yeah, I think that's looking good. So now we can tie the ends together. And we can also secure the safety eyes now. So that's the eyes and mouth done. These ends can go in there. And now we can continue crocheting. So in round 12, we're going to decrease a little bit. But we start with a 6 single crochet again. That's 6. And now we make 3 decreases in a row. So for this we use the invisible decrease method. So we go in the front loop of the next stitch here. And then pull our hook down to go in the front loop of the next stitch. So now we have both front loops, or the two front loops of the front loops of the next 2 stitches on our hook, and we pick up the yarn and put it through these 2 front loops, and then we pick up the yarn again and pull it through the 2 remaining loops, and we repeat this 2 more times. And this is the third one. So the first little arm here is complete. Now we single crochet in the next 12 stitches. And now we have 3 more decreases. And this is the third decrease done, so the other little arm is complete. And now we single crochet in the remaining 6 stitches. So the round is now complete and our stitch count is back down to 30. In the next 3 rounds, rounds 13 to 15, we single crochet in all 30 stitches. So you can pause the video here and meet me at the beginning of round 16. So that's 3 rounds of 30 single crochet done. Now in round 16 we will crochet in the back loops only. And so we start with 3 single crochet. So we only pick up the back loop of each stitch here. 1, 2, and 3. And now we make a decrease in the 2 back loops. As you can tell, I already tried this now and I split the yarn here, so I'm doing it again. So for the back loop decrease, we pick up the back loop of the next stitch and then we go in the back loop of the next stitch, and this can be a bit tricky, so I find the easiest way is to get the hook in there and then turn it 180 degrees, and this way you can get it on your hook. And I think this time I got the whole back loop without splitting the yarn. So now pick up the yarn and pull it through the 2 back loops and then pick it up again to pull it through the 2 remaining stitches. So we repeat this series of stitches 5 more times, 6 times in total. So again, 3 single crochet in the back loops only. This is 3, and now let me show you the back loop decrease once more properly. So we go in the back loop of the next stitch and then get the hook there in between front and back loop of the next stitch. like push it in there so you don't split the yarn like I did at first. Turn the hook 180 degrees and then you should have the back loop on your hook. Pick up the yarn and pull it through the 2 back loops. And pick up the yarn and pull it through the 2 remaining loops. So now we have 4 more repetitions of the 3 single crochet and 1 decrease. And 1 final decrease. And that's the round complete. Oh, actually we can now secure our stitch because it's a good time to start filling our little ghost with fiber fill. So I just fill the head for now. And then we still have a chance to fill more after the next round. I just want to make sure that there's filling going all around the safety eyes in there. And this is easiest to do now. Like make sure there's some filling in between the eyes and also on each side. Now in round 17, we continue decreasing. Now we crochet in the full stitches, and so in this round we single crochet 2 and decrease 1. So now we make a regular decrease in the front loops. And we repeat the 2 single crochet and 1 decrease 5 more times. Now 4, 6 times all together. And now we can add some more fiber fill. So now I want to make sure that there's enough fiber fill in the little arms here. So you can use your hook to get it everywhere. For the arms, we can actually make little fiber fill balls to make sure that they are filled. One for this side. And one for the other side. And then we don't want to overfill the body because this here should be flat. Apologies, that's my neighbor calling her dog, if you can hear that. So now in the next round we continue decreasing. This time we make one single crochet, and a decrease, and we repeat this 6 times altogether. So by the end of the round we'll have 12 stitches. So that's the round done. If you need to add more fiber fill, this is the last chance. I think for me that's enough. So in the last round we simply make 6 decreases in a row. And so for this I always find it easiest to squeeze everything together so that I can pick up the front loops more easily. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. So now we can fasten off. And close the round. So we need our yarn needle for this. And now we go through the front loops of each stitch, and we don't pull it tight just yet. We just go through each front loop. And now we can pull it tight. Be careful if you don't use cotton yarn, I should say, because acrylic yarn tends to break easily. Now we go through the center of this last round here to weave in the yarn end. And I just want to weave it in here on the bottom side because that will kind of be hidden. So I'm just making a few stitches here to weave in the end, trying to follow the single crochet pattern. So it shouldn't be too visible anyway, but still, if we can hide it, why not? Because our little Gilbert, the ghost, will get a little frill here. So this is the next thing that we're doing. Now I'm going to cut this short. So to crochet this hem of the ghost, if you will, or the frill, or whatever we want to call it, we need our white yarn again. And we're going to rejoin it here at this first front loop of the round. You can see it here. This is the last one, and this is the first one. So we start here, and then we just pull a loop through. And we want to crochet in the same stitch here, so we make one chain, and then we single crochet in the same front loop here. So in this front loop we now made one chain and one single crochet. Now we move on to the next front loop. In there we make a half double crochet, so we yarn over and go in the next front loop and half double crochet. Then in the next front loop we make a double crochet, so yarn over again, go through the next front loop, pick up the yarn, pull it through, pick it up, pull it through the first two loops, and pick it up and pull it through the remaining two loops. In the next one we make a half double crochet again, so yarn over, go through the next front loop, pick up the yarn, pull it through, and pick up the yarn and pull it through all three loops. And then we pick up, no, we don't pick up the yarn. We go through the next front loop and make a single crochet. And in the next front loop we make a slip stitch. And here actually we want to crochet quite loosely. I've been making these quite tightly, so this is something to look out for because we're used to making tight stitches for our amigurumi. In this case, it looks better if the stitches are a bit more loose. So this series of stitches we repeat now, minus the chain in the beginning. So we go in the next front loop and make a single crochet. And in the next front loop, we make a half double crochet. Trying to crochet more loosely now. And a double crochet in the next one. Then a half double crochet in the next. Then a single crochet, and then a slip stitch. So now we have two of these little waves here, if you will, and we'll make 3 more. So one single crochet, one half double crochet, oh, I skipped a stitch here. There we go. One double crochet. Oops, let's do that again. One half double. One single. One slip stitch. One single. One half double. One double. One half double. One single, one slip stitch, one single, one half double, one double, one half double, one single, and finish with a slip stitch. So now we can fasten off. So now we will connect the beginning and the end of this round. So we're going to make an invisible finish. So we kind of make another, what looks like this stitch on top of it. So we skip this first single crochet that we make and go in this first half double crochet that we made here. Go through here. And then we go through in between the front and back loop of the last stitch that we made, which is this slip stitch here. And then we can go ahead and weave in this yarn end, which I'm also going to do here on the bottom side. So this should connect the beginning and end of the round. So now all that's left to do is weave in this yarn end and the other one that's here. Cut this one short and weave in the other one. And then we can cut the other one short and push this in a bit, this bottom side here. And that's it. Our little ghost is complete. Thank you so much for crocheting along with me. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up. This helps the channel a lot. Thank you so much. Also, let me know in the comments what you thought of this tutorial if you feel like it, and share it with anyone who'd be interested in it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of my future tutorials. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye.